All right, we are live. Welcome into
Hey,
the Pennant, Grace. We're not in the same place.
we're not. We're in different
Where are
places.
you at?
I I think I'm in Seacrest.
Okay.
Seacrest, Rosemary, 30A. I'm not that far from Jim Dunaway. I'm about 25-minute drive from Dunaway. He's where it's a little higher cotton, of course, than where I am, but still pretty nice. The beach is crowded, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're thinking about going to the beach, I'm just going to tell you now, you ain't the only one who had that thought. There is a lot of people on the beach, but I see a lot of Braves gear, so I like that.
Oh, good, good. So we are presented by Roback. We have to start with that every time. I'm actually wearing Roback, and we haven't posted the video yet of us receiving our gracious package from them,
Yeah,
but it was awesome, was it not?
it's the best and the best gear that you're going to have for the summer, but really any season because Roback's got you covered. I tell you what, I tried on when I got home. I put on that quarter zip, that Carolina blue quarter zip.
Oh my gosh.
I think that's the first time Megan's ever been attracted to me. I owe it all to Roback.
I put this on today. Buttery soft. It's incredible.
Yeah,
I'm also wearing the tennis skirt. So PG20 will get you 20% off at checkout. But we're not going to waste any more time. It is fun when the Braves win. It's fun when they win a series, but it's even more fun when the Atlanta Braves sweep.
yeah. What a great home series that was, really building on, really honestly, if we go back to that last game in Baltimore and then you go and you win 2 out of 3 against the Tampa Rays and then to sweep the Tigers. And from what we saw, you know, from a pitching standpoint, but obviously
Mm-hmm.
from an offensive standpoint. I mentioned this in our episode on Monday. I said, man, that Rays series felt like the Braves. Well, this felt even more like the Braves. And you saw impact from different guys, which was really good to see. Um, to me, I tell you, I cannot get over what we've seen now from Spencer Schwellenbach.
Limbach.
Gigi, how's that?
So I've actually seen some people trying to come up with a nickname for him because I think other people are also struggling with the Schwellenbach side of things. So
Uh-huh.
let us know if anyone can come up with one.
Yeah,
I heard the what was it? The Schwellenbach special. So we just call him the special. I don't
I
hate it.
like that because I can say that
Yeah.
easily. So, Pennant Grace viewers, chime in on those because I need to know what those are so that I can say it with confidence. But I was so impressed with him. And it was really cool in the post game interviews with his teammates, what they know already about him. I've undersold the guy, but they just like, man, this guy's got great stuff. Uh, you know, they said, what was it that one of the comments, this guy's a dog.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Jared Kelnick said about him. He said, man, this guy's a dog. And so, you know, could this be a somewhat permanent solution to that fifth spot? That would be really cool to see because you and I both would love to see a young guy in that. We would
Yes.
rather have a young homegrown guy than a rental.
Right. He's only 24 last time I checked, still pretty young. But what I liked was what Snit said about him. And he said it's pretty rare in most occasions. I remember Spencer Strider being like that. It's a good trait to have. I'll tell you that. I mean, he's got such a good idea of what he wants to do, and he executes his pitches and repeats his delivery. All of the little things. He can field his position, holds runners really well, all of that kind of stuff that winning pitchers do.
If you're compared in any way to Spencer Strider, that's a good thing. Coming
Amen.
from the skipper, that's really good to see. He wasn't the only star on the mound. I mean, we saw Ronaldo Lopez, really the only way that you could put what he's doing in a proper context is to say it's historic.
Yeah.
And from a Braves starting pitching standpoint, what he is doing right now is really, really special.
Exactly. And we talked a lot about it this week that pitching has been so solid. The offense needs to match that and they need to give them some support. Well, now it looks like the offense is finally starting to wake up. Austin Riley, Sean Murphy. Tell me what your thoughts were on Sean Murphy's newfound power, newfound impact.
I mean, it's almost like we forgot about Sean Murphy.
Right.
you know so I mean, which is amazing to think about when you think about how excited we were to get this premier catcher. And I think you and I both have talked about, we still view him as a premier catcher, but he's kind of been an afterthought. He had the injury that took him out, and you had Chadwick Tromp come up to play alongside Travis Darno. Travis Darno went on a little heater there for a little while. And since Murphy has been back, I think if you're like me, you maybe take his defense a little for granted. And he just hasn't done very much with his bat. And to see him come alive like he did yesterday was really something special. And I'll be honest with you, it caught me off guard.
Yeah. Well, and two, you talk about how this feels like the Braves. The last time the Braves had a 3-game streak was April 22nd, almost
Yeah.
2 months ago.
And is that not crazy?
It is crazy. It is incredible to put in perspective how long it's been since we've seen this team be who they could be. And I've always said this, and I don't know if we agree fully on this, but I think this goes deeper than the start of the season. I think we look back at October, and that was not the Braves that we knew. Offense completely shut down. So, in my opinion, this is the first time since pre-playoffs that we're seeing some normalcy.
I didn't even think about that, but you are absolutely right. I mean, I think you really hit the nail on the head with that. I mean, it's true. I mean, so this is a not so much just a this season problem. This really goes back to end of last season. And so, yeah, just tremendous to see. We called out some guys, and boy, did they respond. Your guy was Austin Riley.
My guy was.
Look at how Austin Riley has been playing. I need you to start calling me out more often. Maybe I can do more than I'm capable of doing, than I think I'm capable of doing.
I did. I called them out, and I'm glad we need to pull that clip and replay it because who was your guy? Was yours Michael Harris?
Yeah, I called out Michael, which that's part of the course for me. He's completely out. But I also called out Matt Olson, and Matt's picked it up a little bit as well. But I tell you what, it's been awesome watching what I would call vintage Austin Riley.
Mm-hmm. It seems like his consistency is back. And for me, it's the confidence. I feel like defensively, he's always had that confidence. And I always said it's rare to see an error from him. So when there's not a ESPN SportsCenter top 10 play, it's like, what are you doing? Whereas offensively, that confidence has kind of dropped and we saw some more frustrations. I feel like in the last 2 weeks, a tipping point was reached with this team. Offensively, we started seeing more emotions at the plate after a strikeout, after a missed call of that sort. And that's pretty rare to see. Now, it's interesting. I heard Stint say basically it was about riding out a storm. That was how it was described. And I think that that's fitting. Obviously, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves and we want to see, is this Braves team's back? They have an opportunity to keep it going. It's a 7-game road trip starting off with the Yankees, and they have an off day today. So hopefully this good momentum can go into the weekend.
Yeah. So, I mean, all the things that you said, it's been really cool seeing different guys, and it's been cool to see the team in that stretch win games where they're high scoring and also have won low scoring games as well.
Mm-hmm.
The big clutch Ozzy Albies home run in game 2 of the series, super cool to see. Where are you at on the lineup, specifically those first 5 spots that we saw in this series? Because I'm really digging this lineup. And I tell you what, I'm loving Jared Kelenic. I'm loving him in that leadoff spot.
Yes, I think that we landed on something that works, and it was a lot of touch and go. And here's Lance Taylor.
Hey, Lance.
You want to say hello to everyone?
You want to tell us about the Dodgers at all? Tell us about the Los Angeles Dodgers.
You go from a fedora to a wife beater, basically.
Yeah, basically, yeah. I'm a man of all styles. Yeah.
That's the fun part about doing these more casual streaming shows. Everyone can just pop in and say hi.
Well, I mean, it's not just anybody. It's a big star. That's an A-lister that just stops by the set.
Right.
Noted Dodgers fan Lance Taylor. So that's pretty big. I can already feel the numbers, going up, spiking.
I know.
With that Lance Taylor appearance.
We do need to have his brother, Reed Taylor, on. We've teased it quite a few times, but we really do need to get him on because we joke that he could be a GM. I think that is probably one of his career aspirations if, this whole organization that we have here doesn't work out. I think he would gladly step into a GM role, and we need to pick his brain about the Braves, the Dodgers, and MLB as a whole.
Yeah, baseball expert, El Presidente, Duke of Denham, and now Meltdown triple threat tag team tornado trivia champion.
Oh, man.
Which I can't believe. That's the upset of the century. And I put a stake bet on it, so now I got to I don't have to. I have the honor of taking
Privilege.
Reed out on a steak dinner.
So for those of you guys watching, thank you guys for tuning in. We do need to announce that there is a giveaway that we
Yeah.
have in production right now. So 4th of July is coming up. To me, it is my favorite holiday. If I could have picked my birthday, I would want to be born on the 4th of July. I love the United States of America. I love summer. It's perfect. Well, what makes the 4th of July even more perfect? A baseball game. And what kind of baseball game? A Braves game. Against who? The Giants.
Yeah.
It doesn't get better than that.
Well, I mean, I want you to think about this. It's the 4th of July, the greatest country in the world's birthday. You're sitting in Truist Park.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a hot dog in one hand. Maybe our friends from Coca-Cola are hooking you up, ice cold Coca-Cola in the other. What is more American than that? That's the most American thing I've ever heard in my life.
And you're sitting in section 109, row 4, and you have your best friend, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your daughter, your son, anyone next to you for this game. And we can make that happen for you. We have 2 tickets that we are giving away free of charge to one of our listeners of the Pennant Grace. There's almost 100 of you guys watching right now. One of you guys will win that. All you have to do is you can go to our Twitter at the Pennant Grace, our Instagram at the Pennant Grace, and there's instructions there. It's so easy. It's almost too easy to win this. But if you need 4th of July plans, these are perfect for you. And we would love to send you to Truist Park on the 4th of July to catch a game.
Yeah, love that. That's a great giveaway. Big shout out Ward Smallwood making it happen, friend of the show. I love that we're able to do this for our faithful viewers. Appreciate each and every person that is tuning in, and just what a better way to spend the 4th of July. Great stuff. You know,
absolutely.
They really want to take it over the edge. You show up, you win the tickets, you show up in rowback gear.
It'd be incredible.
Level. Yeah.
With our code PG20.
With
all right,
PG20.
let's get to our next phase. This is a new segment, if you will. It's PG Postscript. So each show on Mondays and Thursdays, we're going to ask a question to each other, but also to our audience. You guys, feel free to comment along. Let us know. But the PG Postscript for today is, who was your impact player for the homestand?
Yeah, so initial thoughts was going with Austin Riley. I'm going to go with Sean Murphy for the Monster game. And I think, honestly, for me, it's just the out of nowhere aspect. Austin had been heating up previous to this series with the Tigers. And so seeing what Sean Murphy did is just a great reminder to me of the depth of the team and what they're capable of doing. Where last year, you and I have talked about this, we took for granted that's a team that could beat you up and down that lineup. And there were so many games last season where, you know, honestly, 7, 8, 9 won you the game.
Exactly.
And so it was a good reminder of the depth. When the team is hitting, this is a team with depth, and it's a team with just real good teammates, character guys that really want to be there. Just a great reminder of the culture.
Absolutely. Goose says, good one yesterday. Feels a little like we are building some momentum. I think that's the best way to put it. It feels like we're building something. There's not that pit of dread in my chest when we have to talk about the Braves losing a game that we should have won. And there was a lot of those games, right, where it was 1-run deficits that we felt like we should have come back from, and we didn't.
Absolutely.
This past homestand has proved, okay, things are clicking. Goes back to what Snit said. It's about riding out a storm, and I think they're set up to do a lot of damage here in the next few games. And I would love to see that margin, you know, shorten between us and the Phillies. I think it's 7 games back now, if I'm not mistaken. You can correct me on
last
that.
I saw, yeah. So three hallmarks of the team that we've seen lately that we got a little spoiled on. You and I talked about the hot starts. That was a staple last year, right? Having a big first inning. Scoring late, we talked about, you know, because we had those deficits that we got so used to coming back from. And then the monster inning, the 5-run inning. So we've seen a little bit of all 3 of those here on this latest hot streak. I would love to see all 3 of those continue. Now, I said Sean Murphy. I hope I didn't take yours. Who did you have in mind?
No, okay, so I have 2. I have Spencer Schwellenbach because of the confidence that he gives the rotation. I think the confidence that he gives Braves fans. I think it was incredible to watch him, and what I liked was how he just commands the strike zone, and he doesn't really get ruffled. I think that's really important, and it's a good confidence builder. But this one, I want your opinion on this. Ozzy Albies.
Yeah,
A lot of things could not have happened without him this series. He was
agree.
kind of an unsung hero. He wasn't, he did have a home run, I think on Wednesday,
Yes.
but he wasn't the big splashy guy that he usually is, right? So he was doing a lot of getting on base, bringing the guy over, moving him over. That ultimately led to a lot of runs. So for that, he's going to be my impact player. But we could go Austin Riley, Sean Murphy. We could even go Jared Kelenic. Like anyone
I,
could have really done it.
yeah, I love that pick. I mean, a lot of ways feels like the rock of the team, to be honest with you, and a guy that sometimes does the smaller things that aren't going to get as many of the headlines. But I don't
Yeah.
think there's a Braves fan walking the earth that doesn't have love in their heart for Ozzy Albies. He's our guy. We love that guy. One of these people that I want to see a Brave his whole career, and I agree. He's been integral to the success that they've had and to the success that they're having right now. Want to go back to what you said on the special. Is that what is that? Was that the name?
Yeah, we're gonna call it the special.
Don't you? You hit on that. I didn't think about it till you said it. Don't you feel like when he's out there, he feels like a veteran?
Yes, he does. And you can't, that is those intangibles that these coaches talk about that you want your guy to have. He does not feel his age
Yeah,
at all.
yeah,
Hurston Waldrop felt like, okay, you were pitching in the College World Series this time a year ago.
right.
That was there. With him, it's just not. He feels like
Yeah,
he's been doing this for forever.
and that's not even a knock on Hurston
No.
Waldrop. It's a tremendous compliment to the
Mm-hmm.
special for what he's doing. I love guys that can go out there and have that type of poise and that type of command that you brought
Yes.
up, which I think is a great point. I don't know, man. This guy's just filling me with all kinds of confidence. I really feel good about the direction that the team is going. Um, it's nice to win. It's nice to win. It
It's so
feels good
nice
to be
to
a
win.
winner, and the games are just so much more fun. Had it on the radio yesterday on the way down here to the beach, and just a pleasure to listen to and enjoy and listen to the sound of those runs continuing to come in. To have another great starting pitching offering. I just love what's going on right now with the team. But you're not only going on the road, but we just faced one of the top teams from that murderer's row that is the AL East, and that's what
Right.
lies ahead with. I don't know how you can say it anywhere else, but the greatest franchise in Major League Baseball history, and honestly, maybe the greatest franchise in American professional sports in the New York Yankees. They've been playing very well. It's been crazy to watch on the, you and I keep up so much more with the National League. It's been crazy to watch in the National League. You remember when I mentioned to you, I said, hey, in the West, watch out for the Padres. They've sunk to like fourth place or something since I said that. Who knows,
I think we have, if you guys watch the next round, which if you're not doing that, you need to. Jim Dunaway loves the landmine. And I think that we're kind of seeing a little bit of that from you. I don't really want to
I've spent too
entertain
much
that.
time with Jim. I've got landmine capabilities that have kind of built in over time in me that I didn't even know about. But if the season were to end now, it'd be the Central that'd send the other wild card team in the St. Louis Cardinals. So I don't even know if I still think that the East gets a wild card and the West gets a wild card, but that's not the case right now. It's kind of jumbled up. If you look at the Central, it's kind of weird in that you have Milwaukee and then you have everyone else who's pretty close, and none of them are great, but there's no bad teams. So like in the East, we've got Miami, who's been terrible. The Mets, I think, how long did their win streak, or are they still on it? I know when I checked last time, they had a 7-game win streak going. They had tied the Nationals for third. And so, those teams are all close. But then you have the Marlins. Well, the Central doesn't have a bad team like that.
Right. Well, I think what we're going to see now this time of year, and guys, the trade deadline is rapidly approaching. We're a little over a month out. That's kind of interesting to think about. But we're going to start seeing some separation. But that Central, we haven't seen that yet. Like you said, there's no inherently like bottom of the barrel. But I am excited to see, as the summer rolls on, who can kind of separate themselves. And if not, that's better baseball. Like that'll be
Yeah.
good baseball to watch coming down the stretch. But the summer is starting to reach that midpoint, and we really haven't talked much about trade lately this week. So we'll probably have more of that for you guys next week. We did dabble on, do we need another starting pitcher? But the market is so saturated in the sense that everyone wants a starting pitcher, but there's not enough to go around. Do we need another outfielder? There's an article that I would encourage you guys to go check out. And it was kind of interesting. I sent it to Ush beforehand, but it was Bleacher Report. And it was an article about the Braves players with most to prove for rest of 2024 season. And Adam Duvall was on that list, which surprises me. And I guess it doesn't in the same way. I think
Yeah.
that he shows us that he's capable of getting hot at the right time. And we talk about with Jake Peavy, he loves Adam Duvall. He's one of
Yeah.
those guys that will win your team a World Series. You look where he's been, and there's World Series rings. So I don't feel like he has much to prove if you are a Braves fan that keeps up with this club, and you have over the last couple of years. I think that his consistency and just who he is, the leader in the clubhouse, is enough for me. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think that's a great point. He's definitely proven himself. I do think that obviously he's somebody that you love having around. The same could be said for Jesse Chavez. Those are people that continue to be brought back into the team. I think it
Mm-hmm.
speaks to who they are in the clubhouse, what their teammates and coaches think about them. But the numbers aren't going to say that for Duvall so far. Although we've seen some
No.
signs of it, he's going to have to do it on a more consistent basis. Kind of for me to go there. Trade deadline talk. And I may be laying mine in this, push mine in it. I'm still going to go with an outfield piece and
Okay.
a bullpen piece or two. And that's what I'm going to stick to for now until I see something to change my mind. That's where I think the Braves go. I don't think there's some kind of big splash. I don't think you need to be
Mm-mm.
expecting that.
I agree. When we talk a lot about Alex Anthopoulos' style, I don't think he's going to stray from that, especially this season. So don't expect a big headline guy. That's just not who the Braves are. I'm okay with that. That doesn't bother me. For some fans, they want that big name, but I don't think that would work with what we've got going on. But I do want to read you this quote. So we talk a lot about how much we love Darno. We love just who he is. And I said, I think this is about Hurston Waldrop. I said, if I was starting, if I
Yes.
found myself as a starting pitcher in the MLB, I would want Darno behind the plate. So yesterday, Spencer Schwellenbach said this about Travis Darno. He said, so the biggest thing with him is he'll call a pitch, and if you shake it or you throw the pitch in the dugout after, he'll tell you why he did that. And sometimes when you're in the moment and you're like, no, I don't want that pitch, and you throw something else, he'll tell you why you threw the pitch. And being a 24-year-old pitcher and making my fourth start, having that available to you in the dugout, you don't have that in the minor leagues, you don't have that in college. So it's really helpful. How
That's
cool
great.
is that?
I love that. That's super cool. Yeah.
The,
And it's so vital for a team that has young arms that are coming up and having veteran catchers like that. And the Braves are so well versed in that with having both Travis Darno and Sean Murphy, two super respected veteran guys. So I love that. That's a great quote.
it's awesome. And we're going to end on that. We're going to let us get back to the beach. But this has been a fun week for the Pennant Grace. I really like winning.
I do too. Any requests from you for me on the beach? Anything today you want to see me do? Cartwheels, anything like that? I can't, so I'm just throwing out
Uh,
things. But
Anything that you want to give us for content, stay tuned to our Twitter and Instagram accounts. You might see some Ush on the beach. I like
yeah,
that.
yeah, I'm kind of
Um,
taking it. I'm kind of old man approach, taking it easy. My son and his friend are here. They're on bikini alert. They are officially on. So it's work for them.
yeah,
They are
business.
nothing gets by them. I mean they are totally checked in on what's going on. Whereas I can just kind of take it easy and relax and enjoy this beautiful weather and time and gear up for Braves and Yankees. I cannot wait. What would be better than to see the Braves take down the pinstripes? I'd love it.
I'd love it too. Tonight, I'll be at Rickwood Field actually for that game. I'm very excited. So we'll have some content of that out. So you'll get a mix of everything. You'll get Rickwood and you'll get Seacrest. That
I
sounds like a
love
good.
that. I'm so happy for you being such a not just a Braves fan, but a baseball fan that you get to experience that this evening. It's going to be a really, really special night. Even more special with the recent passing of the great Alabama-born legend that is the Say Hey Kid Willie Mays. So super excited for you, my friend, that you'll be there tonight.
Thank you. I'm excited. We'll share everything with you guys. Meet us back here on Monday at 12:15. Again, next Thursday at 12:15. And hopefully we don't have an emergency PG in between there, but we might. Maybe if it's just like an incredible win, we'll hop on. But we appreciate you guys for being so loyal to us. You guys are awesome. We have enjoyed getting to know each of you and just getting to share this with y'all. This was something that we decided to start back in March, I guess. Has it been March?
Yeah.
And it has been so much fun every week. So thank you guys for being along for the ride, supporting us, giving us suggestions. And our email is always open. Our DMs are always open. So shoot us a DM, a text if you guys have something you want us to touch on, want us to find some more research on, things like that. But we want to make this show tailored to you guys because we all love the Atlanta Braves.
That's right. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Go Braves, beat the Yankees.
Yes, and use code PG20 at checkout for Rowback. We love Rowback. We are just so thankful for them and all they do for us, and we want to match you guys. So if you need an outfit for pickleball, for the golf course, for just lounging around, if you need something for the office, it's a little more dressed up. They've got polos, they've got hats, they've got everything in between. So make sure you check them out. Rowback, they are made in the USA. We also love that with 4th of July coming up, and just overall a great company that we love to support. See you soon. Oh, I love that.
Go Braves.
That's cool. When you do a thumbs up, it gives you a little bubble.
It does, yeah.
I like that. All right, we will see you guys back here very, very soon. Make sure to follow us on social media and stay tuned for us doing a cartwheel on the beach and all of the Rickwood content. All right, bye, guys.